Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In today's market for PC cases, we the consumer demand everything to offer RGB, liquid cooling support with as much airflow as physically possible, but yet still have a lot of style and flair. But not everyone has the know-how or is confident enough to fit their own custom water loop inside their machine, especially if it already cost them a few thousand to build it in the first place. Most chassis these days are long or tall, and for those who just want an all-in-one liquid cooling solution, it leaves them with bags of room, in some cases looking crap. So that's where the clever brains come in, with creative ways to fill these gaps in, or with cable hiding devices that intrude into your cases, as we do see in some of the chassis like the S340 for example, or the H500 and so on. But in this case, Thermaltake decided to take a different route entirely and decided to put their case on a diet and shrink the width. They took off the normally seen glass or acrylic front window and slapped on a mesh front, and then the J24 was born, the ideal solution for all-in-one liquid coolers with maximum airflow in a gorgeous looking case without tons of room left over and without compromising the usual components. Now that is progress. To make this case look even sweeter, Thermaltake send it over with three 120mm 5V ARGB LED front fans, which are addressable to deliver 16.8 million colour RGB illumination, which are mind-blowingly gorgeous by the way, and one plain black 120mm fan at the rear. Now imagine for a second, say you throw in the new Thermaltake Water 3.0 ARGB all-in-one cooler in there, you would certainly have an RGB system to make any head turn. As I mentioned before, the J24 ARGB edition comes with three 120mm 5V ARGB LED front fans, which are featuring 9 addressable LEDs, hydraulic bearings and 16.8 million colour illumination to guarantee high airflow and some awesome lighting modes. Okay, so you have two options for the lighting effects on these fans. You could either control them using the simple interface, which is built into the front AIO panel that cycles through 7 different lighting modes and gives you a range of different colour options, or you can choose your motherboard software. The Thermaltake ARGB fans are designed to synchronize thanks to the built-in 5V RGB switchboard, which is compatible with Acer SolarSync, Gigabyte RGB Fusion, Mystic Lite Sync and the ASRock Polychrome software. It supports motherboards that obviously have the 5V ARGB addressable header, allowing you to control the lights directly from the above mentioned software without installing any extra lighting or controllers. So covering all the basics, this case has a built-in PSU cover, a tempered glass side panel which is easily removable, tool-free installation, superior hardware support and excellent cooling capability. The top front panel features 2 USB 3.0 data ports as well as an audio pass-through and the RGB lighting controller switch. The J24 supports up to a 320mm radiator or 3 120mm fans in the front of the case and up to 2 120mm fans in the roof and one 120mm fan at the rear. Don't feel threatened by its shrunken size. The J24 TG ARGB gives you all the space you need for high-end hardware. It can fit in a CPU cooler with a maximum height of 160mm, a GPU of up to 330mm in length, and a standard ATX power supply. So like I said, no compromising on the components at all, including 3 3.5-inch hard drive slots and 2 SSD slots available is remarkable in my opinion, especially having the dimensions that close to a tin of beans, coming in at 462 x 206 x 414mm. So jokes aside, this case is amazing with its airflow and design, ram-packed full of features and zero compromises, and it deserves our gold award. A massive thank you to Thermaltake for sending it over for us to have a look at. So I'll see you all soon. If you liked this video, hit like. If you loved it, why not subscribe, and I'll see you soon. I've been your host Jezy. Goodbye.